Hey guys, what's up? It's Moz here, and welcome back to another video. So, in last week's video where I told you guys how you can get your channel to 1,000 subscribers, I mentioned that I can make a video on how to clickbait in a respectable way if that's something that you guys would want. And a ton of you guys asked me to make a video on it, so here it is. Anyways, 200 likes on the video would be awesome, so if it does help you in any way, please smash that like button. Oh, and if you want a post notification shout out like the one right here, just hit the bell icon until it looks like the one that's circled, and comment below saying that you did it. Tweet me a screenshot for extra proof, but other than that, let's get on with the video. So anyways, as everyone already knows, one of the easiest ways to get discovered on YouTube is by clickbaiting. Ask yourself this: what are the first two things you see before you click on a video? The answer should be the title and the thumbnail. Chances are you look at the thumbnail first because we as humans just like looking at pictures for some reason anyway, but just because you look at the thumbnail first, it doesn't mean that you can have a weak title and a strong thumbnail. A lot of you guys already know that if you follow me on Twitter, then I'm fine with you sending me your channel link in the DMs, and I can like tell you guys how you can improve your channel. So whenever people actually send me their channels, they either have a good title and a bad thumbnail, or a bad title and a good thumbnail, and honestly sometimes they just have bad titles and bad thumbnails, and then they wonder why they don't grow, and honestly it really confuses me because that's like all I preach in my videos. You can't expect to grow if you don't put in the work. It's as simple as that, in my opinion. So anyways, back to the point. A good title can grab you a ton of views. So let's use vlogging as an example, since it's one of the biggest content styles on YouTube. People like FaZe Rug and Jake Paul are pulling in like millions of views daily, which equals to around $100,000 a month, which is over $1 million per year. But anyways, the way they do it is they make their titles and thumbnails appealing and tempting for us to click on. So here's a few FaZe Rug videos, for example, and by the way, I'm not throwing any shade. FaZe Rug is probably one of my favorite YouTubers. I'm just using him as an example because he's one of the YouTubers who knows how to attract new viewers, probably the best out there right now. So anyways, here's a video from earlier this week titled "Saving My Hamster's Life" in all capital letters, which is already intriguing as is, but then you see in parentheses that you could consider it the scariest moment ever. Now of course he already knows that this wasn't the scariest moment ever and all that. He even jokes about it in his other videos about how he always goes overboard with his titles, but the thing is, that's what gets people to click on videos. And I'm not sure if you guys already know this or not, but a large amount of views on YouTube are actually younger kids on their iPads and stuff. And honestly, think about it: if you were still a young kid, if you see a video like with the title like this one, you would probably want to click on it because it just seems interesting. Same with this one right here: surprising my dad with a new car, all capital letters, and then he also tells us that it's his dad's dream car as well. And the most appealing part of this combination is that the part we actually want to see in the video is blacked out in the thumbnail. So to actually see what we want to see, we actually have to click on the video to see what it is. I did something similar when I did my face reveal not too long ago. That was a few months back, but for the thumbnail I made like a silhouette of myself and then put a bunch of question marks in it with like Photoshop to make it more clickable. And then the video has over like 8,000 views. I think it's on its way to 9,000 right now, and I'm sure a lot of them are just because I didn't show my face in the thumbnail. Since I didn't do that, it made people actually want to click on the video to actually see what I look like. Let's say I showed my face in the thumbnail, then people would be like, okay, so this is what he looks like. I can just waste my 5 minutes doing something else. Like, that's just common knowledge. That's like how a lot of people think. So that's why you want to actually entice the viewer to actually come and watch your video. So a thing about clickbait titles that a lot of people end up hating is that the title sometimes doesn't even relate to the video. And that's usually the scenario when a random viewer will literally click on your video just to leave a dislike because you basically wasted their time. And honestly, that is pretty rude. That's why I'm going to be showing you guys how to clickbait in a respectful way instead of like a dishonest way. So make sure that your titles are actually creative and relate to something that actually happens in the video. So let's say you're at a skate park and some dude has a bad fall. You could honestly name it in all caps, "Kid almost dies while skateboarding," in parentheses add intense, and you're golden, because if it really was a bad fall, then the kid honestly could have died. Just don't name it something like that, but in the video nothing even remotely close happens to it, or a kid just falls and scrapes his knee or something, because obviously then he didn't almost die or something. You could probably do kid gets in crazy leg injury or something. You know what I mean though, right? And that's just when you're clickbaiting for views and dislikes are guaranteed, is when you're doing something like over the top. So that's why I say don't do it. Just be subtle with what you do and honestly make it relate somewhat to the content that you're going to be showing the viewer. Anyways, to match your clickbait title, you are going to need a clickbait thumbnail, and I already showed you guys how FaZe Rug does it on like 2 of his videos by blacking some things out and making the video more clickable. I even did that once. So here's another example by a YouTuber named Ali A, and he titled the video "Racing My Car on the Craziest Track Ever." So at first glance you're like, oh wow, he's going to be driving his Audi R8 on one of the craziest racetracks ever, but when you actually watch the video, it's him using the car he owns in real life, but in a game. I believe it's a Hot Wheels game, and he is on a pretty crazy track in the game. So technically he's not lying, but it is somewhat misleading because you think it's going to be like a real life video. However, he does follow through with everything he says in the title in the game, so you can't blame him for it. My biggest tip is to just put yourself in the viewer's shoes and ask yourself while you're uploading a video or something like that, is this something that you yourself would want to click on if it showed up in the recommended section or the trending section or something like that? Just ask yourself questions like that about all of your videos, and if the answer is ever no, then you need to go ahead and find a way to make it yes by making changes where needed. But as I was saying in the beginning of the video, don't go overboard and clickbait to the point where where people are only going to watch you to leave dislikes. If you plan on clickbaiting, then make sure it relates to the video in one way or another. Just don't make it a completely different title or thumbnail that has nothing to do with the content itself. The examples I showed you guys with like FaZe, Rug, and Ali are like perfect examples of how to clickbait properly. Honestly, you can go ahead and even look at my channel on how to clickbait too and like take some tips from me. The clickbait I do on my channel is really subtle, and you can tell like I don't have a bunch of random things that don't relate to my content at all. And another thing that you guys can see me clearly do is that whenever I want to get someone's attention, I use arrows or I make certain things in capital letters or things like that. So every time I try to get the viewer's attention using clickbait, it always relates to the video, and that's how to clickbait properly and in a respectable way. Just get the viewer's attention and also provide them with quality content instead of garbage, and you're golden. Honestly, that's the key to how to clickbait properly and actually build a fan base by doing so. Anyways guys, hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and share this video with your friends, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because I am on our way to 60,000 subscribers and all help is appreciated. But on that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.